crunchy little jam. Yeah, let's work with that. Here we are in Basin. I'm going to introduce a couple of new features and concepts that we have here. Over on the right-hand side are two drawers, tools, and structures. Over on the left side, there's a quick pick tool selector. Right now, it's scrub tool and pointer tool. Considering making this configurable so you could add your favorite tools there if you need or wanted. But right now, it's just scrub and pointer. So scrub is a new tool. You click on the timeline, drag left and right to scrub through the audio. And the volume switch here. Up and down with the cursor controls the volume. Sensitivity. How far away from the starting point you have to drag. And with scrub, as always, we can capture whatever's coming out onto the mix deck. It's a little wild. Maybe I want to just put a little weird intro. Cool, that's fun. And so here, yeah, that's the scrub tool. Below that is a granular tool. You can open the granular tool there, and then any clip that you click on becomes the source for the granulator. And I will just start with this tambourine track. This granular mode is called scatter, and there's 32 slices that the starting point for a grain is just randomly scattered across this. You can rescatter to recast what the starting positions are. Gets real crunchy down at the slow speeds. This granulator is a little bit different than traditional. The grain size, it's maybe a little bit misleading here. Grain size is actually in a fixed number of samples. And so when you play them back faster, it takes less time for each grain to play. When you play them back slower, it really can take a lot longer. So it's more varispeed grains instead of keeping the grain size consistent, independent of how fast it's playing back. Versions of this that I've built over the years started as max patches. I made a super collider version, and now it's a part of Basin as well. I'd like to put in some other parameters to be able to have it be more like have grain size be consistent and have it be more traditional granular synthesis. So we have a spread control that will scatter things across the stereo field, and reverb and delay sends to the reverb and delay buses. Some different windowing types. And then the other mode is scan, which lays out the source material across the path there. So you can scan through. Up and down is playback speed of grains, and then left and right is position, but it's actual position in the source file. I would like to add some controls for latching the X coordinate and the Y coordinates in this mode as well. So you could, if you found something you liked, you could change the speed without drifting, or if you wanted to lock it into a speed and scan around, you could lock it in, but that doesn't exist yet. To come, features to come. You can also capture the granulator to the mix deck. Kind of one caveat is that you can only capture the granulator to the mix deck right now. But I've run into a lot of instances where I want to be able to capture that to a mono track, kind of be able to select it as an input source onto a mono track, especially where, like if we're playing something back and you wanted to capture a performance on the granulator and have it be separate. If I were to capture it's going to bake all of anything that's playing through the stereo bus comes out, and you'll notice right now the playback speed is synced. So I liked how this sounded playing back at a bit faster speed, and the way that the varispeed works on the mix deck, if the speed is set, like if it's set to 2x when you're capturing something, it captures what it heard. So now when it's playing back again, the thing that was just captured is playing back at 2 times speed again. And to get it back to normal speed, and normal speed being what you hear is what gets recorded, basically. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of a stack here. Drag to select everything, press C to turn it into a crystal. It's kind of a wild one. And go over to the structures panel. We'll just take a look on the mix deck. There's that crystal, and it's made up of 4 clips. Each clip can be expanded to edit some of its properties, like we have a plus minus 15 decibels of gain. You can fade in and fade out. Select the blend mode right now, replace or overdub. Replace would, if this layer is above, it will kind of mask out any layers below. And then overdub, which I want to change that name to mix or sum, is going to blend with whatever's on in that same whatever's layered with that. Yeah, and you can expand all when you select the clip. It will show you which one it is, and you could mute. adjust the gain, fade in, fade out. Yeah, so it's a bit of a different paradigm for how to mix, for doing mixing tasks, where you're mixing layers, you're mixing the gain of clips instead of kind of spreading everything out on tracks. And you're constrained a bit about what you can do. Like, you can't turn it all the way down. You can mute it, but you can't turn the gain down all the way. So it's kind of, I'm really interested to see what constraints end up sticking and being interesting, and what constraints end up being blocking and annoying over time. So these things may change shape, and I'd love to hear what things you find are useful and what things are annoying. Just keeping in mind that I'm not trying to just rebuild a DAW. I'm exploring some different ideas and ways of working with sound and recording a recording surface as a playable instrument. I always notice the intent is that any navigation is artifact free, so like clicks and pops, trying to do my best to get rid of any sort of click or pop artifacts for any action that happens, so that you can be playing the timeline, playing the clips, playing the tracks, capturing all those things in real time or in a performance setting. I really want to, I think it would be pretty interesting. I haven't done it yet, but to have a player, like an instrumentalist, focus on their playing, and an operator that kind of remixes and drives and records in real time, and to see what sort of collaboration, real time composition thing can happen. So that's it for tools and structures. Thanks for watching.